The voice acting in Attack on Titan has always been in a league of its own, in my opinion. You can look at Eren's entire performance from the beginning to now. Last week was John, and I mean, Reiner himself, the epitome of suffering. But even characters like Connie, who I've never hated or anything like that, but I never ranked them as like, oh, their performances in the manga outshine so many other characters. Like, there's key moments, sure, but the way they turned a situation that I thought was powerful in the manga, which is the Armin, Connie, and who used to be friends. I mean, it's easy to forget how many characters who, yeah, may not be main side characters, but like they went training together. They created these relationships, and now, in order to attempt to stop Eren from destroying the world, they may have to kill people who they used to consider friends. And to see the voice actors, and especially Connie in that moment, just, it's so heartbreaking for him because, like, what do you do? Like, he really doesn't want to kill someone that he used to make promises with and be a friend. But in order to stop what they consider to be this monstrous action, they have to become monsters themselves, and you can't have clean hands even if the commander is saying you can sit idly by and not have to do anything you don't want to. And to see that build up to him taking the gun, saving Armin's life, Armin could have transformed at any moment. He got shot a bunch of times, but in doing so, he probably would have killed Connie. He would have killed them all, might have even set off the detonation, right? But the idea that, you know, to do something like that, it is such a hard thing to do, and put yourself in their shoes, like, that's how someone should sound. That level of anguish, and that shit is 10 out of 10. And is right up there with some of the best vocal performances that this anime has ever seen. The entire idea of them working together and even getting an apology from someone who, I think there's going to be a lot of anime onlys and maybe even manga readers who last week, you know, look at this commander acting like his history is completely clean. And he ends up apologizing in this episode and admitting that, you know what, like, we've all made mistakes and I was ignorant, I was biased. But the thing with this is we have an option here. We stop Eren, who's trying to destroy everything, or we carry on ourselves and we remember this and we pass it down so history doesn't repeat itself. That's why we learn about all the great wars in history class, or you're supposed to, so we don't repeat the same atrocities, right? And the idea that, you know, to come together in this moment, it's a very interesting thing. I mean, Annie herself says, had Armin and them been the ones who were tasked at destroying the wall, they probably wouldn't have done what they did. They consider themselves scumbags. Annie thinks her and Reiner are scumbags, that they did something that they shouldn't have, and they probably wouldn't have. But so basically, if you don't want to kill the Jaegers, you want to keep everyone alive, you don't have to fight. We will kill them. I mean, we're already evil in our minds. We'll do what needs to be done. And the idea that you have this is a very conflicting thing, because when you look at Eren himself and what he's doing, it's easier to put into representation like, okay, he's going to trample the world. The argument, can you kill him? Should you kill him? It's a lot easier to boil down into a yes or no answer. The Jaegers are a lot more complex. I mean, when you look at cults, when you look at just religions, when you look at a powerful political figure, they can drive a lot of people to either make the right or wrong choice, and it doesn't make them inherently bad or good. It's just people can persuade. So a Jaeger's organization, like, yeah, characters like Flock probably need to get killed, but there's a lot of people, as we saw with the ending sequence, who they truly believe Eren is doing no wrong because of all the shit they dealt with. But of course, outsiders looking in see it from a more global view and why people would want to attempt to stop it. But there's a lot of people who would just look at Eren as the hero, and going against him, you're trying to lead to our demise. So it's interesting to see characters not want to kill at all, but understanding like they have no plan to get everyone to survive, up until the plan actually was not too bad, all things considered. Armin coming in saying, oh my god, you guys didn't even see them, we need the boat, bring in the engineers so we can unfold its wings, let's go chase them down, I mean, everyone's dying. But Flock's not an idiot. He's crazy, but he's not an idiot, right? So to have the plan and that tension, I mean, if looks could kill, these would be the tension moments that would do so. The idea of you have 4 people on this little dock here, unwinding the wire that's attached to the boat because it's planted with bombs, and you have, I mean, just these so unnatural looks as if they're lying through their teeth, but at the same time they don't want to believe that who are their friends would ever want to betray the island, as you simultaneously are just hoping they will get on the boat and we can leave and pretend we're going after. But I mean, why would you come on horseback? You should have gone through train. You know, it's just not lining up. And the idea of going to the basement, not even trying to fight because the Titans are going to start kicking ass and taking names, is just really well done all around. And the Reiner and Annie stuff was amazing, because something I forgot about the female Titan is her fighting style is so unique because she kicks a lot, and she also just like grabs things from thin air. The idea of her at one point, she literally does this side kick and just sends like 3 or 4 people flying into the ocean. You could hear their bones break without even the sound effects being there. And then just the numerous shots where, like, remembering how she used to hold the back of her neck so she wouldn't get hit and things like that. Just seeing these two work together, it's crazy to think, like, you know, you would never want to see the armored or female Titan. It used to be the most frightening shit in season 1. And now it's some of the most badass shit when you see, like, how they're teaming up together, even though it is such a complex situation. Though I think one of the craziest moves in this episode has to be Best Girl, for this episode anyway. I mean, when she was about to get killed, she used some crazy-ass martial arts and got the jump on him. I mean, that's just such a cool shot, and just the idea of, like, not going down without a fight. That's what I love about Attack on Titan. Even the characters who you think are just going to be political figures, not going to do anything too crazy. I mean, how the hell do you survive in a world like this without knowing a few martial arts skills? And this bitch showed exactly how. Like, she kicked some ass. And even though she would have died in that moment had Mikasa not jumped in, it's still really cool to see how she was able to hold her own even for a moment longer. I mean, this stuff in the manga I enjoyed, but just seeing how Mappa is going about pacing it so well, one chapter an episode, taking its time and letting the voice actors carry so many scenes. I mean, I love the directing in this episode to begin with, but the voice actors and how, like, I love looking close-ups into their eyes when they're in that standoff in the final moment, seeing their lips quiver, seeing their eyes just, you know, you can tell they're hiding something, but they're doing their best to put on their poker face. But this poker face, you can't do it, right? I mean, you're literally in a moment where if all these people end up dying, you can't operate the thing that will let you catch up to Eren. At the same time, you may have to kill people you consider friends and allies. And what the hell do you do in this moment? You can't even technically transform into a Titan and just do whatever you need to, because should you transform there, you're going to kill all 3 of them. Probably blow up the boat in the process. It's just such a very complex situation, and I love seeing how the studio is going so into it. And I would just, like, I could honestly watch, I don't know if anyone's seen it, but like, if you have like the Blu-ray box set, or even that, probably the DVD box set of the Lord of the Rings extended cut, there's like over 12 to 20 hours of just bonus features. I could literally watch that much in terms of the production of this show, just to see from the audio directing, from the visual directing, just to see what went into them taking these pages and turning it into the amazing content we're currently seeing. Like, the background details on a show like this would be so interesting to watch. And of course we get snippets here and there, but I'm talking to like extended cut versions, because I'd love to see it, but I digress. There's a little tangent that I keep thinking about every time I watch these amazing episodes. But thoughts, if you have any on this latest episode, the emotions that it brought, what do you hope to see with the last couple of episodes before we eventually wait for either part 3 or that movie? Leave a like if you enjoyed, and subscribe if you're new around here. Till next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.